Okay, sir. Wait, I'm looking at the records. Sir Noki, you're the first band 8 for the year.
Wow, thank you po, Sir June. It is because
Yo,
of your help, sir.
it's
Yeah.
because of your hard work.
Your help.
Your hard
At the
work.
same time po. Yeah.
Because no matter how
Thank
I
you
help,
po.
if you don't work hard, there.
Um,
Uh, Noki
it
La
is like,
Cuesta. Noki La
hello
Cuesta.
po. Good afternoon
Okay.
po, Sir June.
And then, Sir Noki, before I interview you, sir, we will simulate.
Oh, sige po. Okay po, sir.
All right.
No
So,
problem.
like, how many did we have last year? Band 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, sir. We had 14 band 8s last year.
Wow.
Then,
Thank you. Thank you.
how many band 7.5s last year? This one is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 29, 7.5, sir, last year. And then 8.5s, 6. Okay, this year, oh, we didn't have a band 9 last year. This year, we already have had one, the Megan. We interviewed her already, sir. And then, so far, no band 8.5 yet. But, Sir Noki, you're the first in band 8. Yay.
For this year, sir.
For the year. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you
not
po.
not underestimating or discounting the equally impressive accomplishments of those who score about 7. They are equally impressive. They are. Mm.
Mm.
Sir Noki, first of all, yung writing, what was the topic? I'd like to assign it as a free essay. Which one
Um,
was it?
I believe it was about the education. It was the education, but the topic was about studying in a college or a university
Oh my
will
God.
will give
That's
you
the
a
one.
successful career. Uh, while some others believe that when you work uh, immediately after schooling, you'll
Mhm.
be able to acquire work experience. Yun po.
Okay. Let me check. Was that assigned as a free essay? No. I wonder. Okay. So you ran out of time for that, sir.
Yes, sir. I think when I checked on the computer before it ended, I got 257 words, sir.
Oh, okay. We haven't assigned it yet, sir. Maybe we should assign this. Okay. All right. And then, Sir Noki, since you're a band aider, sir, let's simulate. Hi, sir.
Sige.
Before we simulate, your examiner was Brit.
Yes, sir. And
Uh,
I was a little bit excited when I saw the examiner that it's a
mhm.
foreigner and at the same time a British one, because I was
Okay.
actually expecting for the worst when I
Mm-hmm.
started my speaking drill. I was actually waiting for I think 10 minutes before the scheduled time, and when I entered the speaking room,
Boom.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, the aircon was very cold, and they cannot use the remote to adjust the time. So I was,
Mhm.
freezing the entire time I took the
It's
speaking
like you
drill.
were. it's like it's like you were in a freezer, a cooler. There,
Yes,
a
sir. I
walking
thought
cooler.
yeah, I thought I'll be having cerebral palsy because outside the venue, it was uh, it was the hottest weather I've ever experienced in my entire life po.
Okay. Can you imagine extremes, right? Loki, for this first part, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself. I wait, Sir Loki. The examiner
Yes,
was younger, older, male, female.
He was a think in the mid 50s. Yeah,
Really? Okay.
yeah. He was in the mid 50s, sir. So I was kind of happy because he was very uh, good and how do I how do I describe him?
Her.
An accommodating person, sir.
Okay. How do I describe her? Babae ba, sir?
Him pala, sir, him. Sorry.
Oh, the examiner was male.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay. All right. And then mid 50s. All right. British Council. Okay, for this first part, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself. Let's talk about bags. Do you like bags?
When I was young, sir, I was not fond of using bags when I go to school. So whenever I go to school, I just use a plastic came from the mall that and then actually um, it was in the mid 30s that I was able to appreciate the importance of bags because I was already working and I was already using my wallet with me. And the important things that I need to bring uh, needs a bag also.
Okay. You just use a plastic when you were younger?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. That's so sad. And tell me about the bags that you like. What types of bags do you like?
Um, I finally use backpack, sir, because
Mhm.
I'm not fond of holding a bag all the time. So I just use a backpack, sir.
Okay. Do you have different bags for different occasions?
Right now, sir, I just use one bag only, but whenever I
Mhm.
do errands or I have clients with me, I use
Yeah.
the other bag, the shoulder bag,
Why?
which I have the glutathione injections and medicines inside of
All right. And so aside from that, what do you have inside your bag normally?
it. There are three important things that I need that it's inside my bag, sir. The
Hmm.
cell phone, my keys, and my wallet.
Cell phone, keys, and the wallet. Okay. And then, mm, when you buy a bag, what factors do you consider? Okay.
Sir, I actually use or I actually look for the quality, the durability, and the the brand itself. Because
Okay.
if you will just choose for not branded bags, you will
Really?
definitely be disappointed, sir.
Okay. So you'd rather spend on a brand rather
The
than
brand and
something that has no brand,
yeah, the
but cheaper.
durability also, sir. The durability.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, let's talk about wild animals. Do you have a favorite wild animal?
Um, when I was young, sir,
Mm-hmm.
I usually watch Lion King, and I keep repeating this movie actually, The Lion King.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Why?
actually, you know, uh, um, watching that movie and learning from the very important lesson of giving importance to the environment and
Mm.
um, a family oriented. You should
Yeah.
also, yeah, a family
Mm-hmm.
oriented movie. um, I usually get attracted with that. And
Mm-hmm.
wild animals, especially that you see wild animals that you use these characters,
Mm-hmm.
it actually attracted me to watch this movie over and over again. So my favorite wild animal is actually lions, sir.
Oh, okay. And then the circle of life. And have you ever seen a lion in person?
Not yet, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to say, maybe soon. Or maybe
Mhm.
if I reach my dreams and go to another country like Canada or anywhere else
Yeah.
that I can see this lion, then it
Hmm.
would be a dream for me.
All right. And what about in your country? What kind of wild animals do you have?
In our country, sir, it's obviously eagle, the Philippine eagle that we have.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're proud to boast them this wild animal that we have.
Hmm. Okay. And do you think that we should prioritize land for human beings rather than the Philippine eagle?
Um, our country, especially our government, sir, is
Hmm.
actually an eco-friendly and environmental friendly. So we always uh, give importance not only to the Filipino people, to the humanity, but the animals as well.
Hmm.
So we always um, emphasize equality for both humanity and animals, sir.
All right. Let's talk about zoos. Have you ever been to a zoo?
In Manila, sir, I still haven't visited Manila yet for in the zoo in Manila especially. But
Hmm.
I went to Manila already. I think that was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Hmm.
But never did I even visited the
Hmm.
zoo.
All right. And do you think zoos are important?
Yes, sir. It is very important, especially the children and the
Hmm.
young children, young adults.
Hmm.
They should witness or they should go to that area or that place because you
Hmm.
have to also learn these
Hmm.
different kinds of species and at the same time the history of these and if they are already extinct or endangered
Hmm.
or they could see the importance of these animals their,
All
u-
right.
their use their use in our lives.
Some people say animals should not be caged. Do you agree? Sir Noki.
Yes, sir. Actually, sometimes, sir,
Hmm.
we have to always give importance to these animals, especially the endangered ones. You
Hmm.
know, Filipinos are kind of abusive when it comes to taking care of the environment. So
Hmm.
they're not actually in control, especially if they're fond of shooting or hunting animals.
Hmm.
So I am a bit agree to caging these animals, especially the endangered ones, to preserve or at least
Hmm.
um, preserve the habitat.
All right. And finally, do you like watching animal programs?
Yes, sir. Just like
Uh,
the movie Lion King. Aside from that, the National Geographic.
Really?
Yes, I
Hmm.
am actually fond of watching these channels because it helps me a lot in learning the characters of each species in our environment. So,
So nice. So full of confidence. Noki.
thank you, sir. Actually, sir, yung 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 kwan ko po, yung presence of mind, ganitong ganito, sir.
Hmm.
Kasi during that time, during the exam,
Hmm.
before the examination, I was
Hmm.
actually worried because, di ba, na-postpone
Yeah.
ko in taking the examination because when I
Hmm.
went to Cebu, for my test, I was
Hmm.
not able to bring my passport with me. So they were actually looking for my passport because that was the uh what do you call that? The ID that I sent down when I registered
Yeah.
in IELTS. So they
Hmm.
were looking for that. So I was not able. So ayun, I postponed. The second time around, when I went back to Cebu,
Hmm.
they are actually looking na naman. They were looking for my PRC but not and not my passport. Sabi ko, hindi naman nag-change yung pagkuhan ko. Buti na lang, dala ko po yung ID ko, sir. But sad to say, the ID
Mhm,
that I gave to them was my old ID, not expired pa naman. Mag-expire pa naman siya this 2023, but I was able to renew my ID this year na rin, sir. So I have
PRC, you
two
mean?
IDs. I have two PRC IDs. One na mag-expire and the other I renewed. So I
Mhm,
gave to them the one that is nearly expiration.
mhm,
While preparing for my speaking drill, for
mhm,
my speaking test, medyo na-worry ako kasi sabi ko, parang iba yung sinend ko na ID. So
mhm.
I was looking for the new one. The entire day, sir, hanggang natapos yung exam, yun yung iniisip ko. Yun yung iniisip ko. Only to find out na yung ID pala na bago, kasi akala
Mhm,
ko hindi ko nadala. Yung ID
mhm,
pala na bago, sinorender ko pala sa security guard
mm,
sa ibaba to get my visitor's pass. So yung ginawa ko, kinuha ko
mhm,
na siya and then I photocopied it sa office
you did.
sa baba and then
Uh-huh.
dinala ko sa kanila and then I told them just in case na ibang ID po ang aking
Mhm,
binasa. I just wanna give this photocopy also of my other ID in case
mhm,
lang po. Yun yung
mhm,
sabi ko. So kinuha. Don't you know, sir, muntik na rin
mhm.
akong makulong. Kasi,
Why?
like, Jay, I can actually tell you that po. Ang nangyari sa akin, nung
Mhm,
nagpa-photocopy pala ako ng ID ko, kinuha ko pala yung pera na nasa mesa ng photocopier. I thought it was mine. Kinuha
mhm.
ko. So when I went out
Come
to wait
on.
for a cab, yung
Mhm.
guard, tinawag niya ako, kinuha niya yung ID ko. Sabi niya, pasok ka muna sa loob. Yun pala. Yun na.
I
Kinuha.
see.
In-investigate nila. Pinaka-worst talaga, sir. Muntik na ako makulong. Meron
Gosh,
pa silang
that was
CCTV, ah.
just a few coins, man. Come on,
Yeah,
guard. Yeah.
200 pesos, sir.
Loosen up, dude. Okay. Oh, 200 pesos for the photocopy?
Hindi. Nag-photocopy ako 50 pesos lang. Kaya lang
Huh?
kinuha ko yung pera ko na nasa bulsa ko, mga 800 plus. And then,
Mhm,
syempre, kasi sabi ko, magkano? So, kinuha ko, usually kinukuha ko yan lahat sa bulsa ko. Kasi tinitingnan ko kung ilan yung ibabayad ko. And
mhm,
then, meron palang 200 pesos sa left side ng table. Akala ko, nung kinuha ko na yung 800 ko, akala ko pera ko rin yung sa 200 pesos. So, kinuha ko rin
mm. Okay. Whew.
pinasok sa bulsa ko. My God. Yun,
This
worst talaga,
expected you
sir.
to be a salisiga. Okay.
Pero buti na lang, sir, hindi ako nakaalis agad. Kasi kung nakaalis
Kahit
ako
na
agad,
200 pesos lang, 'di ba?
hindi naman, oo, actually, sir, blessing in disguise that I was not able to leave that place na rin. Kasi
Mhm.
baka kung nag-leave ako, baka pinost nila talaga.
All right. They'll post your picture on Facebook.
My
All right.
God! Oh.
Damn. Sir Noki, how is it
Anyway,
that
sir,
you
thank you so
uh,
much.
sir, we're not yet done. We're in part two.
Ah, ah. ah.
We're in part two.
Ay, ito pa.
Thank
Teka,
you,
teka lang,
Kachan.
sir, ha. Teka lang. Teka lang po. Papasok
Thank you,
muna ako ng
Kachan.
mall kasi nasa labas ako. Eh. Oo. Oo. Sige, sir.
Okay. Sir Noki.
Yes po, sir.
All right. Sir, how is it? How is it that you have your new PRC ID and you still have the old one? Didn't they ask you to surrender the old one?
Hindi naman po. Kasi they do not actually care the
Mhm.
rules naman ng PRC. So
Mm,
it just
really?
yeah, I just explained it to them that when you are about to go out abroad, you just have to renew your ID as early as possible for you. At least it will just expire naman. And you're a
Okay.
PRC holder, so you're actually responsible for that.
Okay.
So they do not actually care.
All right. All right. Now I'd like you to talk about the topic, and before you talk, you have 1 minute to prepare your answer. Do you have a pen and paper, sir, or let's just go straight to the topic? So Noki, just answer these questions.
Sige, sige po. Teka lang po, sir, ha? Hanap lang ako ng maupuan, sir. Teka lang po.
He's always out.
Yeah. Sige, sige po. Okay na po.
Is there ever a day you're just at home, Sir Noki?
Ano po, sir?
Is there ever a day you're just at home?
Sir Jun?
Is there ever a day you're just at home?
Yes, sir. When I
Really?
don't have a client. Yeah, if wala akong client, so yun
Mm-mm.
po. Hindi ako maalis ng bahay.
All right. Because I don't even remember a time when you were just home. You're always out. Okay, Sir
Yes,
Noki,
really, sir.
ready? I would like you to
Yes.
describe an occasion when you got lost. Here, ready?
Teka lang po, sir.
Yeah,
Chinecheck
just
ko ngayon.
answer those
Mm.
4 bullets.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right.
Siguro i-answer ko na lang po ngayon.
Sige, let's just answer it. Because you're outside. Eh.
Mm-mm.
Okay, your 2 minutes starts now.
I would like to share with you or delineate with you the experience I had, I think, 8 years ago. It was actually 2015 when I attended an occasion of a very good friend of mine named Maricor. Uh, she was actually celebrating her 35th birthday during that time, and she celebrated it outside the city of Iloilo, I think 2 towns away from Iloilo, the suburb area. And she said that she's gonna celebrate a beach party. So a beach party in an inland resort near our place also, or my hometown. Um, During that time, she said that the time of the celebration was dinner or early dinner. So it was a bit or quite dark when I traveled in that specific area. So while I was traveling, I noticed that uh, I got lost. So what I did, I opened my Google application, uh, my Google Map, and then I entered the specific place and I tried to get that direction of that specific resort. And you know what? I felt good because aside from having a wonderful application, I was actually happy that the internet connection I had was good also. So using that Google Map is actually helpful for all of us because whenever you get lost, you'll be able to just check that and tap or type the specific location and just follow the
Thank you, Sir
direction.
Noki.
Thank you,
All right.
sir.
And then, what time did you eventually arrive?
I, sir, um, I went to that area. I was actually siguro mga one
Uy,
hour.
English.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. Akala ko tapos na. I arrived, sir, after 1 hour.
Mhm,
I was, I think, lost for 30 minutes. And when I got the
mhm,
application and tapped the name of that resort, Google Map has always been helpful all the
mhm,
time because it was
mhm.
able to give the direction of that place or any place that I would want to travel.
Sir, what time?
7 p.m., sir? I think, yes.
Mhm.
After an hour, 7 p.m., I arrived 7 p.m.
All right. Okay. So we've been talking about the time or an occasion when you got lost, and I'd like to ask you a few more questions about it.
Okay, sir.
Uh, Sir Noki, why do you think some people have a problem with their sense of direction?
Um, One of the reasons is actually if they are stranger to that area, sir, or to the
Mhm,
place. Yeah, it's actually one of the reasons. They got lost
Mhm.
because they're not familiar or they did
Okay.
not even visited that area or that place.
All right. And how do you think a person can familiarize with a new place in advance?
Um, they could actually check it on a on a social site or a Google or any page of that place, especially example the resorts, the
Mhm.
inland resorts, the beaches. They can
Mhm.
actually check it on Facebook page or in YouTube
Mhm.
page or any other social site, sir, and be familiarized with the direction. Um, that's it.
Mhm. Okay. Do you think getting lost can be dangerous?
Yes, sir. Especially if you're not familiar with the place, if you're a stranger to that area, and
Mhm.
especially if the place is a remote area and
Mhm.
no internet connection, that is more
Mhm.
dangerous. Yeah.
All right. Then, do you think that um, I'm running out of questions, man? Do you think that? Do you think that? Why do you think men have a better sense of direction?
Ano pa?
Why do you
What was
think
that,
men
sir?
have a better sense of direction?
Sir, you're cutting in and out. Can you repeat that question for me?
Why do you think men have a appear to have a better sense of direction?
I believe that men is usually have this sense of direction because usually men are adventurers in a sense that they tend to go to everywhere to a place where they're not familiar, and they
Mm-hmm.
tend to just check it online all the time. They tend to
Mm-hmm.
talk to other men also and ask for the direction. So they have that responsibility or the character of familiarizing the place.
All
So
right.
that's what I noticed to men.
Okay. And do you think this is innate in men?
Again, sir.
Is it innate in men?
Um, Actually, on my part, sir, I'm not actually uh, familiar or actually I don't have actually a sense of direction most of the
Mm-hmm.
time. So I still consider myself a man, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe that some has this uh, innate uh, uh, character of sense
Mm-hmm.
of direction because yeah, like what I said, they are adventurous.
Okay. Let's talk about driving. You know, why is it women have a lesser propensity to drive than men do?
Again, sir.
Why do women have a lesser propensity to drive than men do?
Women are actually um, we can actually say that women are actually has this feminine side of them. They
Mm-hmm.
tend to always command women. I mean to command men to do everything. They felt
Mm-hmm.
that men should be dominant in every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to like for example, driving, they're
Yeah.
actually yeah, the character of them is actually good. They tend to get lazy or they tend to get
Mm-hmm.
bored whenever they do the driving. So
Mm-hmm.
they, they ask men to do that instead of
Okay. And finally, Sir Noki, you've heard of countries that have allowed women to drive, right?
them. Yes, sir. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. I believe so. Especially here in our country, women has the power or the freedom to do everything.
Okay.
Especially when they do the task,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to do it on their own without the help of of men.
Mm-hmm.
And one example here is driving. I believe that
Mm-hmm.
women right now are empowered. When I see
Mm-hmm.
women here in Iloilo, I
Yeah.
often see them driving, sir.
Mm-hmm. So, sir, why is it that some countries banned women from driving, do you think?
Maybe, uh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some of some countries are not open yet for having the women to dominate everything,
Mm-hmm.
to the power of getting all these tasks and you know uh, experiences. It
Mm-hmm.
should be done by men. So maybe they're not yet open for 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 the gender equality, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sir Loki,
Yes, sir.
what was your actual part two?
Yung part 2 ko po, sir, yung one, yung tourism. Ay, yung, di ba I told you the places that
The place you
I would want to
visited?
show. Actually, not the placer, places talaga. When he said that places, when he said places yung question,
Mm-hmm.
I was relieved. I was relieved actually, knowing that
Mm-hmm.
I'll be talking about different places, different establishments.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to myself, oh, I can finish this in 5 minutes because I can
Okay.
actually specify all the things, all the wonderful things or the wonderful places that I would love to show to my friends.
Okay. I think that's number 19. Describe a place you visited that you recommend others to live in. Was that the
Opo,
one?
siguro nga po. Siguro nga po, sir.
Describe a city where you'd like to stay for a short time. Let's look for number 19. But it was slightly tweaked.
Tinwik
Yeah.
siya, sir. Not the people, but friends, yung minention niya po.
France. Oh, okay.
Friends.
That's the one, guys. An interesting place in your country that you like to recommend to tourists. Something like that. Right, sir?
Opo, sir.
Okay. Have you ever done this in the bubble before?
Wala, sir. Kasi I believe I did. I did
Mm-hmm.
see or I did witness or nakita ko po. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe I was busy that time that I was not able to answer that, sir. Pero
Okay.
nakatatak yun po sa mind ko. Kasi nung time na yan
Mm-hmm.
that it was asked by you, I think last month,
Mm-hmm.
um, I was already constructing that sentences already. The answer.
Mm.
I was not able
Okay.
to answer that here in our drill.
All right. And then, so what places did you mention, sir?
The historical churches. Our I mentioned to the interviewer the historical church of our hometown, the
Iloilo.
establishments, the BPO, yes, BPO
Mm-hmm.
company.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started to think that I was uh, I still have a lot of time to speak, I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned to the interviewer the casino, the
Okay.
casino, and the cafeteria. I
All
mentioned
right.
to him the casino. Yeah, I would love to show to my friends the casino because I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that some of my friends are actually fond of playing games, online games, and
Mm-hmm.
gamble. I, and
That's
he
what
was
you said.
actually smiling. Yes, yes, sir. He was actually smiling because maybe he noticed that I was just extending my time.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And then the part three questions were all about tourism.
Yeah, tourism, sir.
Okay.
And
How? Mhm.
sabi niya, yung tourism, is it okay that we promote tourism in the internet? So
Mhm.
sabi ko, yes, sir. I agree to that
Mhm.
because internet has played a lot uh, right now in our community, in our generation.
Mhm.
Ginamit ko yung in the advent of technology. Yan po.
Uh-huh.
Uh, you were
Okay.
able to access to different places that you would want to go.
Mhm.
So, then sabi ko, parang sinabi ko yata that you can check on the vloggers who actually went to that specific uh,
Mhm.
tourist spot. And
Mhm.
yun, sinabi ko. And then sabi
Okay.
niya, how reliable are these vloggers and content creators ko, no? Daw,
Reliable. Mhm.
how reliable.
Mhm.
Sabi ko, vloggers having a lot of followers are reliable, sir. But
Mm-hmm.
when you really want to check on their reliabilities, you can
Mm-hmm.
check on the comment section of that blogger and
Mm-hmm.
see and read some of the reviews
Mm-hmm.
from different people and how they rate that blog, and that's it.
All right. And then, did you ever talk about the drawbacks of mass tourism, its negative impacts?
Hindi niya sir tinanong yung mga
Okay.
negative impact. Siguro yung tinanong niya lang sir was the when yung overdeveloped na mention natin,
Mm.
na i-discuss
Yeah, yeah,
natin,
yeah.
yeah, just to
Oh,
promote
really?
to, yan,
Mm-hmm.
na-mention niya yan. So I told
Overdevelopment.
him,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the overdevelopment of things. Sabi ko naman sa kanya, our country, our government is actually, yun nga po, sabi ko, eco-friendly, environmental friendly.
Mm-hmm.
We still manage to develop our community or our
Mm-hmm.
country, but we still manage to preserve the environment as well for the
Mm-hmm.
animals to have their freedom to multiply. Yan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, what else, sir? Because during that time you couldn't remember, so now is it all coming back?
Yan po, pinabalik-balik niya sa akin, sir, yung tourism. And the last question that he asked was, will tourism management survive
Mm-hmm.
while preserving the environment? Yan po yung
Mm.
sabi niya.
Okay.
So I told him
Mm-hmm.
that Filipinos are actually practicing the equality of all creations. Yan po yung
Mm-hmm.
sabi ko.
Mm-hmm.
We practice equality, accountability, and responsibility of each and every one. So we take
Mm-hmm.
care of our environment. At the same time, we develop our country.
Okay. Uh, so did you ever manage to give an example of a tourist spot?
Yes, sir. I mentioned to him the
Mm-hmm.
beaches, the beaches and the inland resorts that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I told
Mm-hmm.
him, I told him that we do have a lot of beaches here. It's a tropical country, sir. Our country is rich in natural resources,
Mm-hmm.
especially my hometown, Iloilo. When you visit that place, you will definitely see a lot of beaches and inland resorts there, where
Mm-hmm.
we are happy and proud to present it to you. Because aside from having a clean beach,
Mm-hmm.
people there are hospitable and accommodating.
All
Yun
right.
po.
Okay. So Nokio, sana you could have mentioned turquoise blue water sparkling like diamonds, the rustling trees and leaves whispering hello, the wind caressing my,
No.
the picturesque landscape engulfed by the sea of clouds. I marveled at the
Oh,
kaleidoscopic tapestry of the sunset where the sky met the sea, the birds
grabe.
chirping in perfect harmony, sounding like music to your ears. And
Yeah.
I experienced Sir, dapat nag-band 9 ka. Ang baba naman ang score mo, band 8 lang.
Akala ko
Ah,
nga akala ko nga po mag-one lang yun eh, magsi-seven kasi yung mga high words ko, ay, na-mention ko po yung word na persuade.
mhm.
Nag-vocab ako ng persuasion. Persuade.
Persuasion.
Oo.
Okay. And
Na-mention ko.
then, finally, sir, how did you manage to avoid the traps of all those blunders that you had in the bubbles? What did you do?
It was just a matter of thinking straight lang, sir. You just have to have
Mhm.
a clear mind, a
Okay.
relaxed thinking, and
Concentration.
just like what you said, sir,
Mhm.
before, you just have to talk to your interviewer as if you're talking to a friend.
Mhm.
And then, before I did my speaking test,
Mhm.
I bumped uh, a Korean.
Oh, you did.
Yes,
So you talked to this
sir.
Korean.
I told to JR, sabi ko kay JR, no, no, sir. I told JR, sabi ko kay JR, sir, JO, meron tayong time from sir. Yeah, ano yung
Uh-huh.
tingnan mo? Korea.
Uh-huh.
So you think We're not the best. We are the best because we speak fluently than Korean. Yun yung sabi ko.
Okay. Where did you bump into this Korean? Before the in the venue itself?
The venue, sir. The venue.
Okay.
Maybe there was a school siguro, sir, din
Mm.
na
There was a school.
nagsa-study pa Korean. Yeah, nagsa-study in
Mm.
Korean doon. Kakagising
Okay.
nga lang, sir.
And then, how
Kakagising.
did he sound? Did he have good English?
Ah, hindi naman siya talaga nagsasalita, sir, because maybe he just woke
Mm.
up and went out.
Mhm.
Yun lang. Sabi ko lang kay
Mm.
JR, ayan, no, meron tayong son. No.
Okay. Okay.
Yun
We'll
din yung
talk about
hinihingi
that
ko,
off
sir.
camera. We'll talk about that off camera.
Ay, sorry.
Sir Noki,
Yes po, sir.
congratulations. What a high score, man. Okay. And then, Sir Noki, you survived your poor internet connection.
Yes po.
And the thing
But
is,
you know what, sir? It was
despite
actually
that,
unexpected.
Mhm. Yeah, it was. Despite that, he was still always at the bubbles, even though sometimes we couldn't even get a connection from him. Very nice. Hold on, sir. I'll just. Wait. Sir, can you give me some final tips for the students?
Um,
How do you
I
score a
just want to
band
let them
8?
I just want to let them know, sir, that based on my experience, they just
Mm,
have to relax and chill. They just have
mm,
to get ready and just expect that when you talk, you just
mm,
talk clearly
mm,
and with emphasis if it needs emphasis. And
mm,
then when you prepare for the speaking test, just
mm.
make sure that you're just talking to a friend, a good friend. Because
All
when you
right.
talk to a very good friend, you tend to say important things and wonderful things.
Yeah.
So that's it. And
Yeah.
just answer the question based on your understanding. And then that's it.
Mhm. Okay. And then we gotta talk about that all the time you were in the bubbles. What do
Yeah.
you recommend to students? Because one thing I'm impressed about you is that you're just always at the bubbles. Was that a
Yes.
deliberate effort? Like I should always be at the bubbles.
Um, Actually, sir, part of my daily routine during that
Mm-hmm.
time, during the entire training
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and practice, actually, the only thing that that I implemented in my mind was that
Mm-hmm.
just to be there, just to be present all the time. Whatever
Okay.
you do, whenever you're
Mm-hmm.
busy, just listen and listen and listen, because
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of reviewers here who could actually give you some points and opinions and some
Mm-hmm.
comments with regards to a certain topic that is being discussed. Yun
I
lang.
see. All right. Yeah, because I can just outline all the places you were in while at the bubbles. So there was a time you were in.
But you know what, sir?
There was a time you were.
Actually, it was
What's
actually
that?
helpful. Yes, sir.
Mhm,
It was actually helpful knowing na kayo po yung nagkikisa, sir.
mhm,
Yung pagkikisa niyo po, actually, sabi ko nga, si Sir Jun, if he was the interviewer,
mhm,
kakayanin ko na siguro. Yun pala,
mhm,
when I did the speaking test, my
mhm.
God, ikaw pala, sir, yung pinakamahirap na interviewer.
Grabe naman.
Oo, sir.
Dadali lang
Yes,
kaya.
totoo yun. Totoo yun,
Okay.
sir.
O sige.
Kaya siguro helpful talaga na ikaw
Aha.
pinakamahirap yung nagharap sa iyo to drill para at
Okay.
least mamani-manihin mo na lang yung mga actual.
So more out of the box questions. Like,
Yes
do
po.
you think schools should focus more on 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 practical skills rather than theory? Do you remember that
Buti,
question?
buti na lang sir no na naitakol natin 'yan. Oo.
Oo
And
nga eh.
baka hindi ko na 'yan nasagot. At saka yung tinanong niyo po
Aha.
kay JR na mga Iron Man, tsaka superheroes, baka hindi ko rin po yun nasagot, sir. Kasi I'm not
Okay.
fond of superheroes.
All right. So there was a time you were in Guimaras. There was a time you were in Estancia. Was I correct in
Yes po,
remembering that?
sir.
There was a
Estancia.
time you were in Iloilo, around Iloilo a lot. The only place there was a time you were in Cebu. Remember when you were in Cebu?
Mm.
We couldn't even find a signal. The only place
Yes
you
po,
went in
sir.
was in Boracay. So
Oo, sir.
just to always be there. That's a nice tip. Always be there.
Mm-mm. Yes
Okay.
po. Kailangan lang talaga nandyan ka, sir. Kasi kahit hindi ka naman kasi nagsasalita dyan, or you're not
Mm-mm.
talking or interacting with people, at least you just listen.
You
And
learn from
then,
listening.
yan, nagle-learn, na-learn nyo rin po yung mga questions. Kahit hindi kayo sumasagot, at least alam
Mhm.
nyo na merong mga nag-i-exist na mga questions na ganito po.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the tourism thingy, we just talked about that quite recently, right? You know,
Yes
the
po.
development.
Yes po, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Sir Noki, hang on, sir. Just gonna stop the recording. Nice tips, guys. Just always be there. Okay. Hang on, hang on.